Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors circulating around the NFL this offseason. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade involving none other than Ja'Marr Chase, the elite wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals, heading to the Washington Commanders. Yes, you heard that right. The buzz is real, and the NFL insiders are buzzing about the possibility of Chase making his way to DC, and it's not just idle talk. It's a serious conversation that could reshape the NFC East and give the Commanders a serious boost as they gear up for the upcoming season. Sources close to the league have leaked that the Commanders are in negotiations with Cincinnati, and the talks are heating up. The latest whispers suggest that Washington is willing to offer a first-round pick in the 2027 NFL Draft in exchange for Chase, making it a bold move that could pay off big time. Adam Schefter, the well-known NFL insider, mentioned that the discussions are hot, and while ESPN's Rachel Nichols has indicated that it's almost certain that something is brewing, nothing has been officially confirmed yet. However, the signs point to a serious push from the Commanders' front office, eager to add a game-breaking weapon that could elevate their offense to new heights. Now, why would Washington want Ja'Marr Chase? Well, for starters, Chase is an absolute game-changer. He's already established himself as one of the premier wide receivers in the league, and his 2025 season stats are nothing short of impressive. Last year, Chase racked up over 256 yards receiving, averaging nearly 74 yards per game and scored 12 touchdowns. That kind of production is exactly what the Commanders need to take their passing game to the next level. With Chase on the field, defenses have to account for his deep speed and ability to make explosive plays, which opens up opportunities for the entire offense. It's no wonder Washington is so interested. But the move isn't just about adding another star receiver. The Bengals, on the other hand, are in a tricky spot financially. They're facing a negative cap situation of over $35 million, and after a season where they allowed 48 sacks, they're also in need of bolstering their offensive line. Cincinnati's management has been talking about rebuilding, and trading Chase could free up cap space and draft picks that they can use to improve their trenches. Plus, with Joe Burrow's contract extension looming, Cincinnati might prefer to reset their roster and focus on building around their franchise quarterback rather than paying top dollar for a receiver who might demand a massive extension soon. On the other side, the Commanders are sitting pretty with around $55 million in cap space, which makes this kind of move financially feasible. They're in a window where they're looking to make a splash, and adding a player like Chase fits perfectly into their plan. They've been solid, but lacking that true WR1 who can consistently stretch the field and create big plays, something Chase does effortlessly. Terry McLaurin is a reliable target, but having Chase's explosiveness alongside him could turn Washington's passing attack into one of the most dangerous in the league. If this trade happens, the impact on Washington's offense would be immediate and significant. Chase would be expected to explode in DC, potentially surpassing 500 receiving yards with ease. His proven ability to generate yards after the catch, YAC, and stretch defenses vertically would create mismatches for opposing defenses. And with a quarterback like Sam Howell or perhaps even a veteran addition, Chase's big play ability could be unleashed every game. His presence would also draw attention away from McLaurin, opening up more space underneath and in the intermediate routes. Statistically speaking, Chase's numbers have only been trending upward. In 2025, he averaged nearly 74 yards per game with 12 touchdowns and an impressive 14.1 yards per reception. His YAC total of 512 yards shows just how dangerous he is after the catch, and his PFF grade of 93.1 indicates he's among the best at his position. His EPA per target of +0.28 shows he consistently creates value for his team when targeted. Comparatively, Chase's stats rival some of the league's top receivers like Diggs in Buffalo or Adams in Las Vegas, and his style of play is very much like those big play guys who can flip the game on a dime. Why would Cincinnati consider such a move? Well, as I mentioned earlier, their cap situation is tight, and they're probably eyeing a rebuild, especially on the offensive line. Giving up Chase could be a tough pill to swallow, but if they're able to acquire multiple draft picks or players that help fix their protection issues, it could be a strategic move. Cincinnati's management is also considering extensions for players like T. Higgins, and a trade involving Chase could free up the cap space they need. Plus, with the Bengals already a playoff contender, they might see this as an opportunity to reset and build for the future, especially if they believe they can still compete without Chase, who's been a major part of their offense. Now, let's talk about the impact this could have specifically for Washington. Adding Chase would immediately elevate their offensive ceiling. He's the kind of player who can turn a game around with one catch, one run after the catch, or even a deep bomb. His presence on the field would force defenses to double him, which could open up more opportunities for McLaurin and others. The potential for big plays would skyrocket, and with Chase's ability to create separation and stretch defenses vertically, the Commanders could see a boost of over 22% in EPA per pass, according to some projections. That's a huge jump that directly correlates to more points scored and more wins. Furthermore, Chase's addition wouldn't just be about the offense. His ability to win contested catches and make big plays would also benefit the defense by keeping opposing offenses on the field longer. The Commanders' defense, which has struggled at times, could see a boost in their overall field position and scoring defense, especially if the offense starts converting more big plays into points. This kind of offensive upgrade could be the missing piece that pushes Washington into serious playoff contention and possibly a deeper run in the postseason. And speaking of the playoffs, this move could significantly boost the Commanders' odds of making a deep postseason run. DraftKings has already adjusted their odds, and with Chase in the fold, Washington's chances of reaching the playoffs could increase by over 20%. It's not just about making the playoffs, it's about going all the way and competing for a Super Bowl. Chase's presence as a true X-factor on offense would open up so many strategic options and could give the Commanders that extra edge they need to finally break through and contend seriously. Looking ahead, if this trade materializes, it could mark the beginning of a new era for the Commanders. Think about it. A young, explosive receiver like Chase paired with a talented core of players, a promising quarterback, and a defense that's been improving. It's the kind of move that signals the team's aggressive approach and willingness to make bold decisions to win now. It also sends a message to the rest of the league that Washington isn't messing around. They're here to compete and to contend for championships. Now, I know some fans might be cautious, wondering if giving up a first-round pick at this stage makes sense. But in today's NFL, the difference between a good team and a great team often comes down to those game-changing players. Chase is exactly that, a guy who can take over a game single-handedly. Plus, with the potential to rebuild Cincinnati's roster around Burrow, they might be willing to part with Chase if it means acquiring the draft capital they need to fix other areas, like the offensive line or defense. To wrap it all up, folks, this trade rumor is not just a pipe dream. It's a strategic move that could redefine the NFC East and help the Commanders reach their ultimate goal, Super Bowl glory. Chase's talent, combined with Washington's cap flexibility and desire to contend, makes this a scenario worth watching very closely. If it happens, it could be the start of something special, a new chapter filled with explosive plays, big wins, and a serious push for the Lombardi Trophy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Chase would be the perfect piece to push this team into the elite level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Washington Commanders news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see what moves are coming next. Keep rooting, keep believing, and let's get ready for a season that could see the Commanders making a serious splash in the NFL.